Looking at video from just a short time ago as Secretary Pete Hegseth left Joint Base Andrews en route over to Florida.
The one thing that people out there don't understand is that they also communicate with secret handshakes. Okay, the Freemason lodges teach these handshakes.
The president wants you. Sorry, the president wants you right away.
Oh, okay.
President Trump suddenly pulled the Treasury Secretary off live television, and he returned visibly shaken and nervous. Right in the middle of a live interview, Scott Bessent was abruptly stopped and told he had to leave immediately. So he walks off the set.
I listened to you on the...
The president wants you. Sorry, the president wants you right away.
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem at all. See you shortly, Mr. Secretary.
Minutes later, he comes back, but something is clearly wrong. His voice is shaky. His face looks tense. His entire demeanor has changed. Whatever happened off camera clearly rattled him. And the question is, what the hell did President Trump tell Scott Bessent that left him in this state?
It's a first, I'm sure, a last as well, that an interviewee's been pulled away to go to the Situation Room. How was the president? Was he stressed?
No, the president is in great spirits. The Iranian mission is proceeding well ahead of schedule, and I have to tell you, Wolf, that I've a teenager who's considering military service.
Speaking of strange behavior on live TV, people can't believe what the Secretary of War just did on camera. Watch his hand closely. Pete Hegseth isn't even trying to hide it. That handshake is clearly not random.
Looking at video from just a short time ago as Secretary Pete Hegseth left Joint Base Andrews en route over to Florida. Now, he's headed to MacDill Air Force Base as this is about 24 hours.
That we've exposed, but one thing that people out there don't understand is that they also communicate with secret handshakes. Okay, the Freemason lodges teach these handshakes. They're indoctrinated with it at the Freemason lodges, and you can see these celebrities, quote unquote, and these politicians using these handshakes all of the time with one another.
Now, next up, I want to talk about something the mainstream media hasn't covered much. Tyler Robinson appeared in court the other day, and he arrived in an armored motorcade. People online immediately started asking one thing: how much money are we paying for that transport? But the situation gets even stranger. His defense attorney told the judge something surprising. She said it's impossible to debunk conspiracies about the case by showing the evidence.
There seems to be an idea that flooding the public sphere with information or evidence from this courtroom will somehow dispel conspiracy theories or shift public narrative. That in and of itself is concerning to the defense. No one should be worried about that. All we should be worried about is protecting what happens in this courtroom.
So instead of showing what the FBI actually collected, the attorneys want to classify all of it. They say it's necessary to protect the case.
We believe that preemptively releasing evidence that we needed to provide to this court in order for this court to make an informed decision is just one of those actions, is one of those things that will negatively impact our ability to have a fair proceeding for our client.
And here's the interesting part. You might remember the same argument before. Kash Patel used it to dismiss questions about the investigation.
In every single piece of video or forensic evidence or witness interview, we've done dozens and dozens, gone on these platforms, found every single person, all of that material. And I know this is frustrating the public and I understand it, but I'm not going to allow the Charlie Kirk prosecution to be dismantled because we want to get over our skis and publicize information. That is the one thing you cannot do. We will make everything public in court. It just takes time.
Now, Tyler's attorneys are using these same talking points, and critics say it's another way to shut the public out of the case.
So we are asking that the motion and the evidence be classified as private, that this court consider our client's unqualified right to a fair trial and a reliable penalty phase should overcome the qualified right of access at this point.
Now, I'm sure you guys have seen what's going on at our airports thanks to the DHS shutdown. In the middle of all of this travel chaos, another story popped up. Delta offered passengers $6,000 to get off a flight, and nobody took it. A woman filming at the gate says Delta started asking for volunteers because the flight was overbooked. First, they offered $800, then $1,500, then $3,000. The number kept climbing until it hit $6,000 per passenger just to take a later flight. And somehow not a single person stood up. Now, next up, let's talk about doomsday bunkers, because it turns out the conspiracies were true. Bill Gates has 11 doomsday bunkers, and this comes directly from the man who builds apocalypse shelters for the elites. He gave a tour of one of his underground bomb shelters while naming some of the powerful clients he says are preparing to go underground.
Zuckerberg, Tate Brothers, Kardashians.
How many does Bill Gates have?
He's got 11.
He's got 11 bunkers.
You'll see how tall my bunker is. Now, normally you would think a bomb shelter is about this tall, about 7 feet tall, but look how tall mine are.
According to him, he's built bunkers for Bill Gates, who he claims owns 11 bunkers. Mark Zuckerberg, the Kardashians, Andrew Tate, and his brother Tristan. Each bunker is bigger than a New York apartment, and the price per bunker? About $400,000. According to the builder, the 6-bunker setup for the Tate brothers came out to roughly $3.9 million.
Gee, it's like an apartment.
It's bigger than a New York apartment. We can put 2 of these together, 3 of these. Tate Brothers got 6 of these put together.
6?
Yeah, and as he says, he's going to have stripper poles.
Hopefully the Tate Brothers locked themselves in there and they can't find the key.
And if you're curious what it costs, it's only $400,000.
So if the Tate Brothers bought 6 of these, that's nearly $3 million. Well,
3.9.
But the part that really caught people's attention is what he said next. When he started building bunkers in 2011, people believed the chance of seeing Civil War or World War III in their lifetime was only around 1%. Now it's 50%. And that's why all of these billionaires are now buying multiple bunkers.
So making houses with secret passages through secret walls, with secret bunkers, is just a very in thing. When I started making the bunkers in 2011, people put the odds of seeing a Civil War or a World War III in their lifetime at about 1%. Right now, it's over 50%.
Now, next up, let's talk about why McDonald's won't call it a burger. They're calling it a product, and people think they know why. A video going viral shows a man pointing out something strange in a McDonald's post. Instead of saying burger, the tweet reads, "Take a bite of our new product." And that wording immediately caught people's attention because the McDonald's CEO just went viral for the same thing, calling the new sandwich a product. Now, the man in the video claims some chains avoid calling something a burger if the ingredients might not meet certain legal definitions tied to meat labeling. So instead of risking the label, they use a different word, product.
We figured it out. Take a bite of our new product. This burger, they call it a product legally. Because legally, they cannot call this a burger if it's not real meat. Don't believe me? Burger spots can legally call products burgers, but they must accurately identify the contents to avoid misbranding, especially for imitation or plant-based items. Imitation or plant-based items. While burger is generally acceptable for meat patties. So if they didn't call this burger a burger and they're calling it a product, what does that mean? Now do you believe me? Here's more. Some jurisdictions restrict its use for non-animal products, and some chains may use product to avoid specific legal definitions. Now, do you still want to try this product?
Now, speaking of McDonald's, its CEO tried to be sneaky, but the camera caught him. Right before he took a bite, people noticed something strange about his expression. The hesitation on his face, well, it's hard to miss. Then he takes a bite of the product on camera. Seconds later, he raises a napkin to his mouth, and the quick movement of his fingers is what most viewers missed. The sleight of hand happens very fast.
Let's give this a try. Let's give this a try.